Felix has steadily built a name for himself in the fashion industry, starting even before his official debut as a K-pop idol. On February 27, 2018, he made his fashion debut alongside Stray Kids in Jambangee's Glow and Color campaign. This early appearance hinted at both Felix's and the group's potential as fashion icons. Throughout 2018, Stray Kids continued to gain attention in the fashion world, being featured in well-known magazines like Days Korea and Nylon Korea. These pictorials included both group and solo appearances, giving Felix valuable opportunities to develop his individual modeling skills and gain on-set experience. His consistent involvement laid the groundwork for what would become a successful fashion journey, eventually leading to global recognition with luxury brands. In 2019, Stray Kids continued building their presence in the fashion world, with features in magazines like Marie Claire Korea and Days Korea. By 2020, the group began branching out into more individual and duo features. That January, Felix and Ian appeared together in Marie Claire Korea, marking a notable step in their fashion careers. Although the pictorial included 8 images, only one featured both members together. The rest showcased Felix and Ian separately, highlighting their individual styles. Felix stood out by modeling 2 contrasting looks. One was a playful, brightly colored knit sweater paired with blue jean overalls, while the other had a more mature vibe, featuring a loose gray turtleneck under a sleek, sleeveless black jacket. This photo shoot reflected Felix's versatility and growing reputation, not just as a model, but as a rising influence in the fashion industry. On September 17th, Felix was featured in a Dispatch HD pictorial alongside his Dance Watcher unit members. This shoot allowed Felix to further broaden his fashion appeal, showcasing both group synergy and his individual charm, especially highlighted by his striking blue contact lenses, which added a bold visual twist. Just 2 months later, on November 25th, Felix appeared in a fashion film by Days Korea with fellow member Hyunjin. In the video's description, the magazine wrote, "Hyunjin and Felix, born in 2000, presenting the moves and essence of Stray Kids in Dior Men's new sneakers B27. It recognized how Felix and Hyunjin had grown into figures capable of representing the full energy and identity of Stray Kids, just the two of them. It also marked a milestone in Felix's fashion journey, showing that he had reached a level where he could confidently present high-end products for a luxury brand like Dior. The focus on unit photo shoots continued strongly into 2021. In January, Felix appeared on a pictorial for Elle Korea alongside Bang Chan, Hyunjin, and Han. During the shoot, he wore several luxury fashion pieces, including a purple bomber jacket and printed shirt from Celine, paired with Dior earrings, further solidifying his presence in the high fashion scene. One standout photo prominently highlighted his natural freckles, a rare sight among K-pop idols. These freckles, a result of growing up under the warm Australian sun, added a unique and personal touch to his visual identity, setting him apart in an industry often focused on uniform beauty standards. The following month, Felix and Hyunjin were once again featured as a duo, this time in a pictorial for Arena Home Plus. The shoot highlighted their refined and elegant side, dressing them in luxurious outfits that emphasized their growing influence in the fashion world. Later in 2021, Felix reached a major milestone by making his solo modeling debut in a pictorial for GQ Korea. In the accompanying interview, he shared that he initially felt nervous when the shoot began, but grew more confident as the session progressed, ultimately enjoying the experience of expressing himself through fashion. GQ Korea featured Felix in 8 distinct outfits, giving him the chance to showcase his versatility and wide-ranging appeal, from sharp tailoring to bold statement pieces. Throughout the shoot, he wore pieces from high-end brands like Saint Laurent, Dolce & Gabbana, and Celine, further establishing his presence as a rising star in luxury fashion and hinting at even greater opportunities to come. The next month, Felix was featured in Etro's Earthbeat campaign alongside his fellow Dance Watcher members. This campaign was a perfect fit for Felix, as it allowed him to highlight both his expanding passion for fashion and his exceptional dance abilities. By combining movement with style, Felix showcased the unique strength he brings to fashion, his ability to communicate emotion and energy through dance. His presence in the campaign was powerful yet graceful, reflecting his deep connection to performance and growing confidence in fashion. The collaboration further solidified his reputation as someone who can effortlessly bridge the worlds of music, dance, and high fashion. In November, Felix became the first member of Stray Kids to be individually featured on the cover of a magazine. He appeared on the cover of Star One magazine alongside an exclusive pictorial. This marked a significant milestone in his career, further establishing him as a fashion icon. To further promote the issue, Felix also appeared in a short film produced by Star One, where he demonstrated his natural charisma and effortless style. The photo shoot presented a classy, relaxed style that highlighted Felix's versatility, showcasing a more refined and laid-back side of his fashion persona. With each shot, Felix effortlessly blended elegance with a sense of ease, giving fans a glimpse of a different side to him. This feature not only solidified his presence in the fashion world, but also underscored his growing influence as a solo artist, proving that his appeal extends far beyond music and into the world of high fashion. The following year, Felix continued to shine individually, further establishing his presence as a fashion icon outside of Stray Kids. His solo appearances grew more frequent, and he no longer had to rely solely on the group's name to capture attention. Felix was featured in Singles Korea, where he participated in both a pictorial and a film, wearing 7 different outfits. One of these looks featured Felix wearing a skirt, a bold choice that isn't often seen among male idols. This outfit highlighted Felix's unique approach to fashion, showing his love for mixing traditionally masculine and feminine clothing. He enjoys experimenting with different styles, blending items to create a new look in fashion. Felix showcased both masculine looks, like black jeans and a leather jacket, alongside the lesser seen style of a skirt worn over leather pants, emphasizing his ability to create a fresh and innovative approach to fashion. The following month, Stray Kids released their album, Ordinary. In the music video for the title track, Maniac, Felix once again made a bold fashion statement by wearing a skirt over pants. This look further showcased his willingness to experiment with fashion, reinforcing his growing reputation as a trendsetter in the industry and embracing their Maniac concept. Towards the end of the summer, on August 31st, Felix attended Todd's collection event in Seoul, alongside his fellow member, Hyunjin. The event celebrated Todd's Fall and Winter 2022 collection and campaign, drawing an impressive guest list that included celebrities like G-Idol's Minnie and actor Lee Dong-hui. Felix's presence at the event helped to highlight his growing status in the fashion world. Just a few days later, on September 5th, Felix and Hyunjin traveled to Paris to attend the YSL Beauty Libre event. Their attendance not only drew media attention, but also reinforced their growing influence within the international fashion and beauty industries. If you've been enjoying hearing about Felix's fashion evolution, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. It's the easiest way to let me know you enjoy what I do, and it's completely free. Thank you! Just a few months later, in 2023, the two of them were featured in Noblesse Men's January issue, where they showcased Versace's new spring and summer collection. The editorial highlighted his ability to carry high fashion with confidence, signaling his arrival as a serious presence in the luxury fashion world. This milestone marked yet another step forward in his evolving career as both an artist and a fashion icon. Additionally, Hyunjin and Felix were featured on Cosmopolitan Korea's January cover, being featured in multiple magazines for the January issues. The following month, Felix appeared on the cover of Beauty Plus magazine, with the photoshoot sponsored by the luxury brand, Kenzo. This marked a major milestone in his fashion journey. It was his first solo cover fully backed by a high-end brand, with Felix as the focal point. 5 years after his fashion debut, this moment reflected just how far he's come. No longer just part of a rising group, Felix had grown into a recognized fashion figure whose presence alone holds marketing power. For brands like Kenzo, featuring Felix wasn't just a style choice, but also a strategic move, recognizing his influence and reach in the global fashion scene. Later in May, Elle Korea featured Felix on their cover, with the photoshoot sponsored by Louis Vuitton. This marked another major step in his fashion journey, being especially notable as Louis Vuitton, like Kenzo, is part of the luxury powerhouse LVMH, which also owns brands like Bulgari and Dior. Just days before the cover release, Felix had attended Louis Vuitton's women's pre-fall show on April 29th, marking his first solo appearance at a fashion show. Attending such a high-profile event on his own, and with Louis Vuitton specifically, signaled that the brand was taking a strong interest in him. What started as a presence in group shoots had now evolved into personal invitations and collaborations with some of the biggest names in fashion. On May 10th, Felix attended the grand opening of Gentle Monster's first store in Japan. The luxury eyewear brand, in which LVMH holds a 7% stake, welcomed Felix as a high-profile guest, further proof of his growing impact in the global fashion scene. Just 10 days later, he also appeared at Levi's 150th anniversary celebration for the iconic 501 jeans. These appearances showed that Felix's influence extended beyond magazine covers and runway shows. His presence alone became a powerful marketing tool, helping brands generate attention and visibility simply by attending their events. Felix wasn't just modeling fashion, he was shaping the conversation around it. Just a few days later, on May 24th, Felix attended Louis Vuitton's Women's Cruise 2024 show in Italy. His invitation as such an exclusive international event further highlighted the relationship between Felix and the brand. It almost seemed as though the brand had more in mind for the idol down the line. Felix reunited with Kenzo for W Korea's digital June cover, embracing a warm, summer-inspired concept that highlighted his versatility in both fashion and mood. Later that month, on June 27th, he attended Bulgari's Serpentine 75 exhibit in Seoul. These back-to-back appearances, representing two major LVMH brands, demonstrated his continued rise as a sought-after figure in the luxury fashion world, effortlessly blending editorial charm with real-world presence. Just over a month later, Felix opened his personal Instagram account, and fittingly, his very first post was dedicated to Louis Vuitton. Within a few weeks, Felix was officially announced as Louis Vuitton's newest house ambassador on August 22nd. Since opening his account, Felix has quickly become the most followed fourth-generation K-pop idol on Instagram, amassing over 27 million followers. His rise on the platform, paired with his growing relationship with Louis Vuitton, solidified his status not just as an idol, but as a global fashion icon with real influence. Felix embraced his new role as a house ambassador on October 2nd by attending the brand's Women's Spring and Summer 2024 show in Paris. His presence at the show further cemented his close ties with the fashion house. The momentum continued into November. Felix appeared on W Korea's digital November cover, once again representing Louis Vuitton. Later that month, on November 24th, he also took part in W Korea's 18th annual Love Your W campaign, a meaningful event supporting breast cancer awareness. These appearances showcased not only his fashion influence, but also his commitment to using that platform for larger causes. On November 30th, exactly 100 days after being named a Louis Vuitton house ambassador, Felix attended Pharrell Williams' first pre-fall presentation for the brand in Hong Kong. The very next day, Felix appeared on the cover of GQ Korea. The theme of the photo shoot was centered around chameleons, featuring a vibrant mix of colors, textures, and styles. Felix even posed with a live chameleon, emphasizing the concept's symbolism. Felix could almost be compared to a chameleon, effortlessly shifting between styles and influences, blending them into something uniquely his own. The shoot highlighted his versatility, not only as a fashion figure, but as an artist who constantly redefines his identity. Just a week later, Felix attended GQ Korea's prestigious night party, fully styled in Louis Vuitton from head to toe. GQ Korea understood his influence and just how much of an impact he had left through the year, leading to GQ Korea honoring Felix by naming him their 2023 Man of the Year. In early 2024, Felix appeared on the cover of Vogue Korea's February issue, with the shoot sponsored by Bulgari Perfume, another luxury brand under LVMH. The concept of the photo shoot highlighted two contrasting sides of Felix, his signature blonde look and a rarer, dark-haired version. The duality emphasized his ability to shift between styles effortlessly, further solidifying his reputation as a versatile fashion icon. On March 5th, Felix made his official runway debut at Louis Vuitton's Women's Fall and Winter 2024 show during Paris Fashion Week, a major milestone in his fashion journey. This appearance was especially significant, as it's rare for K-pop idols to walk the runway, with most being featured in pictorials or as front row guests, not as actual runway models. Felix later shared that he was incredibly nervous beforehand, but received kind support from model Jung Ho-yeon, who offered him advice and encouragement on how to handle the moment. Just a month later, Felix continued to make waves in fashion. He was featured on the physical cover of Harper's Bazaar Japan and the digital cover of Harper's Bazaar Korea for their April issues, further cementing his rising status as a global fashion figure. In May, Felix attended Louis Vuitton's Women's Cruise 2025 show on May 23rd in Barcelona, Spain, continuing his strong association with the brand. Additionally, Felix was featured on Vogue's main YouTube channel, where he shared a behind-the-scenes look at his process of preparing for a fashion show. The video offered a glimpse into his routine, showcasing his dedication and the level of preparation that goes into his appearances. Shortly after his appearance on Vogue's YouTube channel, Felix was featured on W Korea's digital June cover, continuing his strong presence in the fashion world. In July, as part of 8's promotion, Felix appeared on Rizabe, a popular Korean makeup channel. This appearance allowed Felix to showcase his personality and engage with his fans in a more casual, behind-the-scenes setting, expanding his influence beyond just fashion and into the world of beauty and lifestyle. After releasing 8, Stray Kids began their latest world tour, Dominate. Early in the tour, Felix performed his solo track, Unfair, showcasing his individual artistry. He also continued his partnership with Louis Vuitton, wearing the brand's outfits during his performances. Additionally, on September 8th, Felix attended the Tommy Hilfiger Spring and Summer 2025 show during New York Fashion Week, alongside his fellow Dance Roger member, Lino. Their appearance at one of fashion's most high-profile events further emphasized Felix's rising global presence in the fashion scene. Earlier in the year, on May 6th, all the Stray Kids attended the 2024 Met Gala as guests of Tommy Hilfiger. With Felix attending another event of theirs, he's not only furthering his personal connections with the brand, but also the group as a whole. This didn't mean he was abandoning Louis Vuitton though, as he appeared on Elle Korea's November cover representing the brand again. The following year, on March 10th, Felix returned to the runway for Louis Vuitton's Women's Fall and Winter 2025 show. He wore brown plaid pants paired with a custom-designed sweater created specifically for him by Louis Vuitton's creative director, Nicolas Jesquier. The look perfectly captured Felix's ability to merge classic elegance with modern edge, further elevating his reputation as a muse in high fashion. To highlight the moment, the brand also released a behind-the-scenes video of the show, with Felix featured prominently throughout. His presence and effortless charisma stood out, reinforcing not only his strong relationship with the brand, but the influence of Stray Kids altogether. Thanks for watching! Bye 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 bye.